Are you using erythritol as a sugar substitute? A new study warns that this compound may cause blood clotting and increase the risk of heart attack, especially in older adults. Could this be one of the early signs and symptoms of heart attack that you are overlooking every day? I am a doctor who specializes in senior health, and recently I have received many questions from patients. Doctor, should I continue using erythritol? Part of the reason is that this sweetener is now everywhere, from keto-friendly pastries and sugar-free candies to low-calorie drinks. But the bigger concern is that a new study has revealed an alarming link between erythritol and heart attack, specifically its potential to increase blood clot formation, a significant factor leading to stroke and cardiac arrest. It has also been associated with triggering mechanisms similar to those found in sickle cell disease, a blood disorder known for causing dangerous vascular blockages. In today's article, I will help you understand the risk-separate fact from fiction, and more importantly, what you can do to protect your heart and avoid an unexpected heart attack. What is erythritol, and why do people trust it? Erythritol is a type of sugar alcohol, meaning it is a naturally derived sweetener that contains no calories. It is found in tiny amounts in fruits like grapes, pears, and watermelon, as well as in fermented foods such as wine, soy sauce, or cheese. Since the 1990s, erythritol has been produced industrially to replace sugar in products aimed at people on diets or those with diabetes. The human body absorbs erythritol quickly through the small intestine, but does not metabolize it. This means it does not affect blood sugar levels. Due to this, erythritol has become a popular ingredient in sugar-free products, particularly in items labeled as keto-friendly, low-carb, or sugar-free. For older adults or patients with diabetes, erythritol was once considered a golden solution. It does not cause tooth decay, does not raise blood sugar levels, and does not affect body weight. But there is a problem. The amount consumed in real life has far exceeded what occurs naturally. When the body receives excessive erythritol from daily foods, blood levels of erythritol can rise to 1,000 times higher, increasing the likelihood of platelet aggregation, which directly leads to blood clots, heart attacks, and even stroke. We trust erythritol because it is believed to be natural and approved by the FDA. But as I often tell my patients, natural does not mean harmless, especially when consumed excessively or frequently. A new study published in Nature Medicine has alarmed the medical community. Erythritol, a sweetener once thought to be safe, may increase the risk of heart attack and stroke. Once inside the body, erythritol makes platelets more adhesive, increasing the likelihood of forming a blood clot that can block the coronary arteries or the brain's blood vessels. What is even more concerning is that erythritol can stay in the bloodstream for up to 72 hours after consumption. If you consume it daily through sugar-free sodas, keto-baked goods, or sugar-free candies, the accumulated amount can gradually build up unintentionally, creating a dangerous environment for your cardiovascular system. The study also found that erythritol activates mechanisms similar to those in sickle cell disease, a blood disorder that increases clotting, reduces oxygen delivery, and can even lead to premature death. For people over 60, this is a severe warning. Symptoms like mild fatigue, brief chest pain, or shortness of breath should not be ignored, as they could be early signs of a heart attack. What is even more troubling is that many of those at risk are people who believe they are eating healthy. Not everyone who uses erythritol will have problems. However, if you belong to a high-risk group, you should be especially cautious. People over 60 are particularly vulnerable because their circulatory systems are weaker, their blood vessels thinner, and their blood more prone to clotting. If they also have underlying conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, obesity, or a history of heart attack, the risk increases even more. What makes matters worse is that many seniors who are trying to follow a healthy diet are unknowingly consuming erythritol every day. You may find it in sugar-free soft drinks, sugar-free lozenges, keto baked goods, protein powders, diet syrups. These products, which may seem good for your health, could be quietly increasing your risk. If you frequently feel mild fatigue, chest tightness, or other unclear heart attack symptoms, do not ignore them. Reevaluate your diet and start with the smallest step. Check the ingredient list on every label. Many people use erythritol every day with one belief: no sugar means it's safe. But sometimes the belief that something is harmless can be the most dangerous thing for your heart. You may think erythritol is good because it has no calories. It comes from natural sources. The FDA approves it, and I feel fine. But the truth is, no calories does not mean it has no biological effects. When large amounts enter the bloodstream, erythritol can cause platelets to stick together, forming a blood clot and increasing the risk of heart attack and stroke. Natural origin does not guarantee safety when consumed in high doses every day. In nature, erythritol exists in tiny amounts. That is nothing like the volume you get from drinks, candies, keto snacks, or zero-calorie syrups. The FDA recognizes erythritol as safe, but only at low intake levels. A diet that relies on sugar-free everything can raise blood levels of erythritol to 1,000 times above normal. Heart attack symptoms in older adults are often subtle. Fatigue, palpitations, or mild shortness of breath can be easily overlooked. But this very assumption leads to emergency hospitalizations that come without warning. You do not need to panic. But you do need to know precisely what you are consuming, and how much, because the thing you think is safe may be the very thing your heart is silently trying to avoid. You do not have to give up sweetness entirely. However, if you are using erythritol daily, it's time to reconsider and make more intelligent choices. A better alternative: allulose. Allulose is a low-calorie natural sugar that does not raise blood sugar levels. Unlike erythritol, allulose does not cause platelet aggregation, meaning it does not trigger blood clot formation or increase the risk of heart attack. Research shows that allulose may help improve mitochondrial function and reduce oxidative stress, which benefits heart health in the long term. You can use allulose in syrup or powder form in coffee cooking or baking, just like other types of sugar. No access to allulose use. Pure stevia, not blended with erythritol. Create sweetness with mashed fruits, cinnamon, vanilla, or dried orange peel. Learn to reconnect with the authentic taste of food, natural flavors that are not overly sweet. Shop smarter. Read ingredient labels carefully. If erythritol is listed at the top, try to limit your intake of that product. Avoid consuming multiple sugar-free items on the same day. Anyone with heart attack symptoms or pre-existing heart conditions should consult their doctor before continuing with any sugar substitutes. After everything we have just discussed, you may be asking yourself, so should I stop using erythritol? The answer is if you only use a small amount occasionally, like a little in tea, or in a sugar-free treat now and then, there is no need to worry. But if you are consuming erythritol daily through several products such as diet drinks, keto snacks, sugar-free candies, or flavored syrups, and you are over 60, have a history of heart conditions, heart attack symptoms, diabetes, or high cholesterol, it is wise to consider cutting back or switching as soon as possible. Research has shown that high levels of erythritol in the blood can increase platelet stickiness, leading to blood clot formation and potentially triggering a heart attack or stroke without clear warning signs. You do not have to give up sweetness entirely. You just need to make better choices. Allulose pure stevia or natural sweetness from fruit. A small decision today may be the reason your heart keeps beating strong for many years to come. If you have made it this far, it means you care about your health and likely about the health of your loved ones as well. Please share this video with anyone who uses erythritol every day without knowing the risks.